Okay, so we're going to get started. The HCD Student Online Orientation Session at LaSalle University. So we welcome the new HCD students to the program. And tonight we'll go over some general university information, as well as you'll hear from Dr. Peg McManus, who's the Associate Provost for LaSalle University as well. So if you have any questions, there will be time at the end to ask any questions that you may have. So thank you for joining us this evening. My name is Lynette Clement. I am the Program Director for the Online Master of Science in Human Capital Development Program, and I also advise students in the program as well. So I'm going to introduce Peg, who's going to speak with you next. So
Yes, good
welcome and
evening.
thank you.
Yes, good evening. Thank you very much. I'm Peg McManus, the Associate Provost for Graduate Studies at LaSalle. I'm pictured here in front of Holroyd Hall, which is on the main campus, one of our newer buildings at the university. And we're very proud of graduate studies. We'll be talking a bit about the mission and the size of graduate programs. Next slide. We'll talk about the mission and our sense of community, the programs that we have, and some helpful hints on how you can be successful in your studies. The graphic that you see is the Grad Studies website. The mission of our graduate programs is to help you to gain both theoretical and practical knowledge. That's very much inherent in the LaSalle University mission. To have mentoring relationships with your faculty member. Your faculty can guide you in your education and in your career path. We have a very strong academic learning environment with the online programs as well as the face-to-face and the hybrid programs with academic excellence. And we hope that through your program that you as a graduate will be able to contribute greatly to the global welfare. You can read the complete mission by following the website, which is on the Grad Studies page for mission. And it is aligned very closely with the university's new mission statement, which is available at the university's mission site. Next slide. LaSalle University is founded by the Christian Brothers, and the Christian Brothers were founded by St. John Baptist de LaSalle. He was the patron saint, he is the patron saint of all teachers. He lived in the late 1600s and early 1700s in France and began the model of students learning in groups and in teaching practical education. And since his time, LaSallian educators have been transforming lives since 1680. The feast day is actually May 15th. So I love the numbers. By the numbers, the LaSallian institutions as a whole worldwide have over 1 million students of all ages. We're in 82 countries. And there are 6 LaSallian universities in the United States. LaSalle University itself is 151 years old, having been founded here in Philadelphia. We have approximately 6,500 students, and the number of graduate students, we're not quite at 1,900 at this point. We are at about 1,739. We're hoping to get our numbers back up to 1,900 as in the recent past. But for over 60 years, we've offered graduate programs. The first one was the Master's in Theology, which is still being offered now. And of these programs, we have 23 master's programs, of which the HCD is one of the newer ones and one of our online programs. We also have 3 doctoral programs. It's good for all students to be strongly aware of the standards that we have for graduate education. We expect that our students are going to be successful in their academic pursuits, and some of the ways that that will be accomplished are by thinking critically, analyzing what you're reading and discussing, engaging in higher order intellectual ability by applying, analyzing, synthesizing, and evaluating concepts. So we want to hear from you what your thoughts are and how you can apply the theory to practice. Understanding different approaches to the discipline. So in HCD there must be more than one way to, say, solve a case study. To demonstrate mastery of current literature. So be reading original documents that pertain to human capital development. To identify and use primary sources, that's the original literature. And to participate in the creation of knowledge when you're in a doctoral program. Master's students, we don't require creation of new knowledge, but sometimes that does happen. But it's more being able to apply the theory to your practice. As far as pedagogically, you'll be working independently and collaboratively. So that would be on your own and in teams. We expect all students to be proficient in both oral and written communication skills. So you may be giving presentations for your classes. And you would contribute through assessments of your learning goals in order to show that you've made progress. Once again, the mission of graduate studies, we enable you, as we said, to acquire your background, your academic background, and to enhance your professional competency. The faculty and the administration believe in a professional, practical, and personal graduate education as well as a collaborative endeavor with our students. You're in this online program. We have 6 online graduate programs. We also have classroom-based programs, undergraduate, graduate, and certificate. The main campus for face-to-face students is Philadelphia, but we also have campuses in Plymouth Meeting, that's our Montgomery County campus, and in Bucks County. We also offer programs abroad. In Prague, we offer 2 graduate programs for international students. We have many resources for you to access. The graduate catalog spells out the academic policies and the procedures. It's very important to understand where they are and as well as to understand them. And the catalog also gives you the degree requirements. I know that Ms. Clement will talk with you about the requirements for the degree in the next few minutes. We have the Grad Studies webpage, which also gives you links to resources such as financial aid and the catalog, news, and events. We have a Graduate Studies orientation booklet, which gives helpful hints about the ins and outs, such as buying books, how to request financial aid, and other such topics. We have a Facebook site which we use to communicate with students, especially, and faculty, congratulate them on good news, and a Twitter account. So I wanted to thank you for the opportunity to talk with you about graduate programs. And just before I leave, ask you if you have any questions, Patty, about the mission of graduate programs or the high academic standards that we have.
I do not. It sounds
okay, good. I'm going to sign off then, and wish you the best. Good luck in your studies, Patty. Thank you very much, Lynette.
Hold on.
Bye-bye.
Kia Miller is just
right. Bye-bye.
I think she's gone. Was that you that said you had a question? And welcome.
Who, me?
Kia.
Oh.
Kia, can you hear me? If you can hear me, I can't hear you. Before you arrived, Dr. Peg McManus, who's the Associate Provost for LaSalle University, she gave a brief overview of our Graduate Studies department and some of the services that they provide to our graduate students. So I am recording this session, so it will be archived and I'll send a copy of the recording so that you hear the information that you may have missed. So at the end of the session, again, we will have opportunities for questions and answers. So I'll continue on with just telling you a little bit about the Human Capital Development Program, and then if you have questions, please feel free to chime in. So I noticed that your microphone is muted, Kia, so if that was you who had a question, you would have to unmute your microphone so that we will be able to hear you. So what is human capital? That's a question that I get a lot when I'm out recruiting for the program, and a lot of people say, well, what actually is human capital development? So in a nutshell, what I tell people is it's all about investing in your talent, investing in the most valuable asset of any organization, which is the employees. So it's all about professional development, talent management, and the importance of cultivating your talent, skills, and abilities of the employees that you staff to make them better, productive, efficient workers to assist with helping your bottom line. So the mission of the program is to provide students with a comprehensive understanding of how human capital development framework links organizations' workforce to its bottom line, to enable students the ability to diagnose complex strategic challenges that human professionals and human resource professionals face in the day-to-day workshop, or workforce, I should say. So the program goals are we strongly encourage our faculty to teach learners how to serve as internal and external advisors to management at all levels, not just at the middle level, but at the executive level as well. We also ensure that the faculty we hire are current practitioner educators with knowledge of human capital development concepts and ideas, and they bring that expertise into the classroom. So students in the program will learn how to develop, implement, and measure strategic human capital plans for their organization. Students will also learn how to improve their workforce over time to meet the organization's people's mission as well as goals and objectives. The program is offered at the graduate level. It's a Master's of Science degree. It's offered 100% online. There are 12 course requirements for the master's degree that can be completed in 2 years, provided that you take 2 courses each semester that we offer courses. And we offer courses in spring, summer, and fall semester. We also offer a certificate option, which is half of the master's program, so you can complete the certificate option within a 1-year time frame. However, students interested in obtaining the certificate must be enrolled in the certificate program. So our certificate program, the course requirements are 6 of the course requirements for the master's program. So if you were interested in enrolling in the certificate program and then continuing on towards the master's, those certificate courses are transferable towards the master's degree. So students are currently, students and our alum are currently enrolled and hired by 100 and Fortune 500 companies as well. So here is a guideline of, it's an outline of what's called a curriculum progress chart. And the curriculum progress charts help students keep track of their progression through the program. So the curriculum progress charts can be found through your academic advisor, or you can obtain it through the Salle portals page. It's on the student resources page on the Salle portal. So by now you should have received instructions on how to access the Salle portal, as well as information regarding your course syllabus and the course requirements and expectations. So here you'll see that it outlines all of the course requirements for the program and the anticipated semester in which the courses will be offered. This is a curriculum progress chart for our certificate option, so you can see which 6 courses for the certificate are required for completion and what semesters we anticipate offering those courses. So these are the total 12 course requirements, and then again in parentheses you'll see behind the course title whether it's required for the certificate or the master's program. So some of our graduate students come in with a graduate level completed work from an accredited institution, and they're interested in seeing whether or not they are eligible for transfer credits for those graduate level courses. So at the graduate level, graduate students can transfer in up to a maximum of 6 graduate credits. So if you're interested in obtaining graduate transfer credits, you would have to provide me with an accredited official transcript from an accredited institution, I should say, and you have to have earned a B or better in the course in which you are seeking transfer credit, and I would have to have a course description to be able to determine if the course is equivalent to the courses that we offer here at LaSalle University. So if you have already accessed the My LaSalle portal, you will notice that on the My LaSalle portal, under the Tools menu option, there is a link to Canvas, and Canvas is where your online courses will be held. It is LaSalle's learning management system. So all new online students have to complete a mandatory Canvas training course called College of Professional and Continuing Studies, which is short as CPCS Online Orientation Course. And what that course does is it teaches you how to use the tools and features that you will need to know how to use when your online courses begin. So as a part of your online course, you'll also be expected to participate in what's called a synchronous session. So those are the live sessions that are held in either GoToMeeting or GoToTraining. So those sessions are recorded and archived for students who cannot always participate live, but I strongly encourage students to participate as often as you can because it gives you the option to engage more with the course instructor as well as the students in the course. And you'll notice in an online course setting, you're more engaged with other students in the course and not as much engaged with the course instructor. The course instructor is there and available, and their contact information is listed on your course syllabus. However, you'll notice that you'll be more engaged with students and not as much with the course instructor in the course. So some of the course expectations that you can be expected to do is to post 2 weekly discussion questions based on weekly reading assignments. You'll also be asked to write papers, engage in case studies, as well as possible presentations, final presentations where you may have to collaborate with other course mates to work on a particular assignment. So the best thing that I would suggest if you're working with groups is to kind of set up what's called a synchronous session similar to this one so that you can collaborate with each other and not necessarily as a face-to-face component but as an online component, because as you may see or you will find, some of our students are, most of our students I'll say, are full-time working professionals that have limited schedule availability. So scheduling a session similar to this one, and all students will have their own GoToMeeting account that you can discuss with the IT student help desk, and I'll give you information on that as we progress through the slides. So are there any questions so far?
Not for me.
Okay. So Kia, your microphone is still muted. So if you have questions, unmute your microphone and ask them as we go along. Do you have any questions, Kia? So I see that you've unmuted your microphone, but I can't hear you. So if you have questions, okay, I see you type no. Okay, great. So if you have any questions, because I can't hear you, just type them in the chat box, and I'll make sure that I check the chat box periodically. So this is a screenshot of our online learning management system called Canvas. So when you access your online courses, you'll notice on the left side of your screen there are menu options that you'll have to choose from. So primarily what I tell students to do, because each instructor designs their course differently, I recommend that you click on each of those menu options to find out where all of your course material is kept. And if you need to create like a little checklist similar to what you see here on the screen, just so that you know, okay, I know where to go to post it to my discussion questions. I know where to go to complete my paper assignments. I know where to go to access my syllabus, and I know where to go to take quizzes or access any modules in the class. So again, because each instructor puts content information in different places, it's important that you kind of click on around to figure out where everything is before the assignment due dates. So when you get access to your course syllabus, and most instructors will have made your course syllabus available today, I'll recommend that you print it out and then map out a schedule for yourself to devote to your studies based on those deadline submission dates. So what I tell students to do is approach an online course as if it's a face-to-face class. Set aside some time to devote to your studies so that you don't fall behind in your coursework. Because oftentimes in an online course, because you're not asked to be online on a particular day or time, you may find that you might fall behind in some of your coursework. And once you fall behind, because the scheduled weeks of work are already outlined for you, you'll find that if you go into week 2 and you haven't completed week 1 work, now you have 2 weeks of work to do. So it's easy to get overwhelmed in an online course setting if you don't practice good time management skills. So again, print out your course syllabus, pay close attention to those deadline submission dates, and map out a schedule for yourself to devote to your studies, which is an important key to being a successful online learner and not getting overwhelmed in your online courses. So as you can see, this is a screen capture of a synchronous session. So a synchronous session is exactly what we're having now. So you'll see that some instructors will have them as a component in the course. They may use it as a frequently asked questions session, or they may use it as an opportunity to lecture, or they may also use it as an opportunity for students to present final presentations. So here are some of the teacher and learner expectations. And to tie in what Dr. McManus said, she talked about that higher level intellectual thinking, the Bloom's taxonomy, where you'll be now showing that you're knowledgeable, you'll be applying the knowledge gained from the courses, showing that you've mastered the content, demonstrating mastery of the content. You'll be engaged in scholarly research when you're conducting paper assignments, working collaboratively as well as independently, demonstrating a proficiency in oral and written communication, and again, practicing that good time management skills that we talked about. I can't reiterate that enough. Time management is one of the biggest keys to being a successful online learner, as well as being actively engaged in your weekly discussion questions. So one of the things that I also want to make you aware is during a registration period, you will receive an email from your from the registrar's office, and that email will contain your advisor PIN number. The advisor PIN number is different each semester. So if you are not in the practice of what am I trying to say? If you're not in the practice of checking your LaSalle email address, it's one of the most important communication tools that you should check, because most university communications goes directly to your LaSalle email account. And some instructors also communicate with students through their LaSalle email account as well. So another thing that I want you to pay close attention to is the course add drop and withdrawal deadline dates, which can be found on the Continuing Studies website, linked here. And there you will notice when the last day to add or drop courses from your schedule without being charged the tuition, and when the course withdrawal deadline date is. Now for the spring semester, the last day to add or drop courses from your schedule without being charged tuition is January the 16th. After January the 16th, we go into the course withdrawal period. And that means that you would be responsible for a percentage of the tuition based on the day that you decide to withdraw from the course. And as you see at the bottom of the screen, it lists the percentages of what you would get back or not get back. You would be responsible for the tuition based on the day in which you decide to withdraw from a course. Now, the difference between a drop and a withdrawal is the drop means that you won't be responsible for the tuition and the course will not appear on your transcript. And the withdrawal means that you will be responsible for a percentage of the tuition and a W will appear on your transcript, but neither will impact your GPA. So some of the support services that LaSalle offers, one being academic advising. Again, I serve as the academic advisor for students in the program. My contact information is on the screen and you have it in an email as well. We also have an IT student help desk that helps students who have any technical difficulties accessing their online courses. There is also the Connolly Library, which I strongly recommend to students when they are conducting research papers. LaSalle's library has a wealth of information and databases on how to conduct scholarly research. So I highly recommend the Connolly Library. We also have an Academic Learning and Support Services Center that provides students with tutoring services as well as writing assistance. So when you're writing your research papers, I strongly recommend that you reach out to the Academic Learning and Support Services Center as well as the library to get assistance with writing your papers and conducting research to write your papers. We also have a Career and Employment Services Department on LaSalle's main campus. Their website, on all of these websites are listed on the screen. And our Career and Employment Services Department helps students with resume writing. They also provide students with job opportunities as well as internship opportunities. And on their website, if you sign up, you'll see that there's a listing. It's a live listing of job opportunities that are currently available. So I highly recommend utilizing all of the services and that are available to you as a student at LaSalle. So one of the things that you can do when you're accessing me as an academic advisor is if you have any academic concerns, if there's any course concerns, if you want to know how you are progressing through the program through a degree audit, you can contact me. If you need assistance with course selections and registrations each semester, you could also speak with me about it. You'll also have the option after your first semester to register for courses yourself online. So you can do that and you'll get instructions every semester on how to do so and when the course registration period begins and ends, because I notify students via email. You can also contact me if you're interested in changing schedules, like you're interested in adding or dropping a course or withdrawing from a course. The GPA requirement for our graduate programs is a 3.0 or above to be able to graduate from the program. So that's a B or better. Now, if you have any academic concerns or questions in regards to the program at all, my contact information is listed on the screen, and you should have it also in an email as well. So now at the end of every semester, you will get an electronic course evaluation asking for your feedback on your course experience. And that course evaluation provides us with the feedback that we need to know to find out whether or not we are meeting our goals and objectives, whether or not we're doing a good job or if there are areas of improvement needed by the program as well as the course instructor. So in addition to those course evaluations, the end of the semester, I administer what's called a mid-semester course evaluation. It's my way of checking in with students mid-semester just to figure out how things are going. Are you able to practice those good time management skills that we talked about? Are there any questions and concerns that need to be addressed prior to the end of the semester, because at the end of the semester the course is over, it's done, and any changes that needed to be made cannot be made at that time. So we try to capture that through our mid-semester surveys. So I strongly encourage students to complete those surveys, and they are anonymous, and it goes to myself as well as the program instructors, the course instructors I should say. So now LaSalle has an academic integrity policy that will be listed on your course syllabus. So I ask that you review the academic integrity policy, which gives you information on how to properly cite web pages when you're doing research papers, how to properly cite any written material that you may come across as you are conducting your research paper, and how to properly submit your own work and give credit to those who you are citing. So our Shiki Writing Center also has different workshops each semester that they offer to help students practice good time management skills, study strategies, as well as how to properly cite and write a research paper. So again, our IT Student Help Desk, one of the resources that is available to you, they have a website. It's the www.lasalle.edu/technology. So on their website, which is screen captured here, you'll notice that there's a student technology checklist. So it strongly encourages students to download an antivirus scan, which is McAfee, which you can download for free through the links that are on the LaSalle Technologies website. It also asks you how to set up and safe connect to LaSalle's network, which is the Luna, from your own computer. It also gives you access to connect to LaSalle's wireless networks, as well as information on how to set up your LaSalle email. And if you do not have a Microsoft Office program, LaSalle also offers that to you free of charge as a part of being a student here at LaSalle. And there's information on how to install a free edition of what's called Microsoft Office 365, either on your PC or MacBook. And again, that's accessible through our Student Help Desk. So if you have any difficulties when you're trying to download or upload these types of technologies or accessing your online courses, the Student Help Desk is available to assist you with technical concerns. Now, for the library as one of the resources, they assist students with writing assistance. They also can help you develop your paper and how to go about researching scholarly journal articles, peer-reviewed articles, how to access the library's electronic databases, as well as there is a distance learner app that you can have access to, where you can access all of the resources that the library has to offer through a distance learner app that you can download onto your cell phone. There's also RefWorks, which would I strongly recommend that students use that if you are engaged in research projects and you are not sure how to properly cite research. If you go through the Summons, which is one of the library's search engine, it's SUMMON. If you go through Summons on the library's website, it's a search engine that works similar to Google Scholar. You'll be able to select you'll do a search in Summons, and you'll be able to select different articles that come up that you're interested in finding out more about. So you can save those searches, and then you can upload those searches into what's called a RefWorks account. In the RefWorks account, it will show you how to properly cite the work from those searches that you are conducting your research on. So when you need assistance in utilizing that service, you can contact any of the reference librarians, and the contact information is listed on the screen. And they also have a 24-hour Ask a Librarian chat feature on the library's website, which I encourage you to utilize as well. So if you don't always have access to a computer at home or at work, LaSalle has computer labs available that you can utilize on LaSalle's main campus in Philadelphia. We have a library. The Connolly Library actually has computers that you could access. We also have different buildings around main campus that are listed on the screen. There's Benilde, there's the Center Tower, there's College Hall 201, there's Holroyd 253, there's Worcester 2 labs and Worcester Hall as well, where you can access the computer labs. And as you can see, it tells you how many computers are in use and how many are available. So you can access that information through the IT Student Help Desk website as well. So some important information, and I noticed that some of the text is going off of the screen, is my contact information, the academic advisor for the program, the Student Help Desk contact information, the campus store's contact information, our financial aid office information, as well as the student and accounts receivable office information is listed on the screen, and there's the Connolly Libraries information listed on the screen as well. So the information that's cut off, if you're interested, my name is Lynette Clement. My number is 215-991-3682. My email address is my last name, Clement, first initial L, @lasalle.edu. The Student Help Desk number is 215-951-1788, and their email is helpdesk@lasalle.edu. And the campus store's number is 215-951-1395. And you can access the campus store through the quick links on LaSalle's main page. So as Dr. McManus discussed, LaSalle also participates in social media activity. So we are on Facebook under the Graduate Studies Facebook site, and the grad link is there if you want to join us on Facebook. We are also on Twitter. If you are interested in connecting with LaSalle grads on Twitter, the information link is listed there. And for the Human Capital Development Program, we are also on LinkedIn, and the LinkedIn link is listed there. And we also have a Human Capital Strategist LinkedIn group that I encourage you to join when you go on LinkedIn. If you go into the interest option and you check out groups, you'll see Human Capital Strategist LinkedIn group, or you can type that into a search engine on LinkedIn and then request to join that group. So it's an open group. So we have a wealth of individuals. It's about 120 something human resources and human capital professionals in there, and they kind of engaged on different topic related human capital development ideas. And I also post different articles that I find that are industry related as well. So it helps our students connect with professionals. It helps them connect with each other, as well as stay abreast with what's going on in the field of human capital. So one of the things that I want to show you as a part of the decision on your choosing LaSalle, and we're glad that you decided to choose LaSalle, is to hear from just two of our, this one is our graduate, and then the next slide is a brief commentary from one of the faculty members who teach at LaSalle and why they chose LaSalle.
I chose LaSalle. I came here in the spring of 2003, took a tour of the campus at the request of a mentor that I had in high school, and who was a graduate of LaSalle and who had such a strong connection and personal relationship still with the university. So we took a tour here, and I saw from him the enduring personal relationships that LaSalle University fostered in him, and I thought it could do the same thing with me. And so the first reason I came here was for the enduring personal relationships. And the second was really because after high school, I really wanted to work on developing the person and the leader that I wanted to become. And I thought at a school with the mission of LaSalle, the size LaSalle was, in a place like Philadelphia where leaders were born, it could be a place where I could grow, that I could develop my leadership skills, and that I could be a greater contributor to the LaSalle community and to the greater community.
So this is one of our faculty members, who talks about why she chose LaSalle.
I chose to come to LaSalle because of teaching. Teaching is the most important thing here, and it's the most important thing to me. I was lucky that I had 5 different job offers, and I chose LaSalle because every single person talked about the importance of teaching. I love teaching, and at LaSalle we have a distinctive teaching. And what's great is we meet students where they are, and then we don't leave them there, but we meet students where they are, and we work side by side to learn together and take the students to places that they never imagined going.
So those are 2 of the, one student and 1 faculty member who talked about why they chose LaSalle, and both of them talk about the sense of community which you will feel even as an online student at LaSalle, as well as the principles of teaching and how we meet students where they are and help them achieve greater levels, not only in their professional lives but personal lives as well. So as we almost come to a close and we about to start the question and answer session, I just want to leave you with some tips for success in an online course setting. So again, when you get access to your course syllabus, print it out and pay close attention to the course expectations as well as the deadline submission dates. Make sure that you pay attention to those due dates because it will help you keep track of your progress as you progress through the courses. So that practicing the good time management skills is key. So again, map out a schedule for yourself to devote to your studies. Stay connected and present in your course, actively engaged in the discussion questions, responding to other students' posts as well. And also be respectful and conscientious of other students in the program. And I know, as you may know, when you're texting someone or when you're texting versus verbal communication, you can kind of see where some of the communication can come across in a different way. So when you're in an online course setting, it's kind of hard to judge on what other students mean by what they say. So we ask that you practice what's called netiquette. So it's a good online etiquette, and it's information listed in your course syllabus regarding that as well. We also ask that you contact the student help desk immediately, as well as the course instructor if you ever have any difficulties accessing your online course information that will prevent you from keeping up with those deadline dates, so that they're aware and they don't think that you're just not doing the work. So at any time, if you have technical difficulties accessing your online courses, reach out to the course instructor via email and contact the student help desk as well. So that concludes the presentation about the Human Capital Development Program. I want to thank you for joining us this evening and thank Dr. McManus, who had to leave the session. But I thank you for joining us, and I also wish you all the best of luck in your online graduate education in the Human Capital Development Program. Again, I serve as your academic advisor and program director, so if you have any questions throughout your length of study here, you have my private number, you have my email address, so you can feel free to contact me. So now is the time for question and answers. Should you have them, please either speak them aloud or type them in the chat box.
I have 0 questions right now.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Hi, Kia. Pat, that was Patricia McCaffrey. She's a new student in the program. Kia Miller, introduce yourself to Patricia McCaffrey. And Patricia, introduce
Hi,
yourself.
Kia.
Hello.
So you're both in the 665 course, I believe.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. So Kia has a question.
Okay. So my question is regarding the 665 course. I went on to both of my classes today, but I got a
error for 665 saying that it wasn't published yet.
Okay.
So I was trying to figure out when would that be released.
Okay.
Because I can get into 7:30, but I couldn't get into 665 today.
Okay. So there.
And I haven't. I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
And I haven't heard anything like the professor for 7:30. He's been reaching out, but even on the roster, I don't even have a contact information listed on my roster I received for 665. So I wanted to make sure that class was still open.
Yes, that class is still open, and the course instructor who is teaching it is Rich Burton. He is actually new to LaSalle University, so there may be some technical difficulties that he may be having in publishing the course. So I was not made aware until now. So now that I'm made aware of it, I will definitely reach out to him as well as our instructional designers to make sure that he has published the course.
Okay.
Now, I will do that first
I
thing.
haven't seen anything either. I went on today and I didn't see anything listed for mine at all.
Okay. So, yeah, so you're in 665, Patty?
Yeah.
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 So, yeah, I'll have to reach out to Rich Burton as well as our instructional designers who helped him develop that course to let them know that the course is not yet published. I know that there were several other instructors who may have experienced the same thing because an email went out late today from our academic computing department instructing instructors to make sure that they publish their courses. So
Okay.
that definitely is something that will be remedied very soon.
Okay.
Thank you for bringing that to my attention.
No
Are there
problem.
any other questions?
Nope.
Okay.
Not for me.
And Kia, I did reach out to the student in regards to the textbook concern, so I'm still waiting to hear back from her. But tomorrow I'll reach out to someone else who works in our office who actually went through the program as well to see if she still has her 7:30 textbook. Or 6.
Okay, yeah, because I contacted both the library for both of the courses textbooks, but they said they don't really get the textbooks for the classes.
I see. I see.
You can rent it if you want.
Yeah, that's what I did mention to her that some of the students rent them from Chegg and other tech.
Like I usually rent my books from Book Runner, but right now financially I'm so used to undergrad we have in a bookstore credit.
Right.
So I thought I was going to get a bookstore credit with it, and then financially it said they don't do that there.
No, unfortunately. No.
I got it for like 70 today.
Okay.
And
think
what
it was-
site did you use?
I think it was direct textbooks or something.
Okay.
But if you just put the ISBN number in the search bar, and a lot of times they'll have them listed by price on Amazon or direct textbooks.
Okay.
So again, I want to welcome you to the Human Capital Development Program and wish you all the best of luck in your online courses. Should you have any questions or concerns as you progress through the program, please feel free to reach out to me. Now tomorrow when I get to work, I will reach out to the instructor for 665 and make sure that they have published the course and made the syllabus accessible as well. I'll also send you an archive of this recorded session so that you'll have it as a reference should you need it.
Okay.
All right. Thanks, Lynette.
You're welcome. Thank you both. And have a good evening. Happy New Year.
You too. You too. Bye-bye.
Bye.